God bless America. Hello, everybody. I am the Talk Radio Protege. This is the Protege program. Welcome back. I hope that you all had a fantastic weekend. I'm looking forward to another great week of making America great again. Now, the news cycle normally slows down. It's normally slower on Mondays, and it's normally slower right before major events, holidays, things like that. But I certainly wasn't expecting for what I perceived was the news cycle grinding to something of a halt today. We're still talking about the same things that we were talking about last week. We're still talking, I guess they're talking about Russia. We're talking about the FISA memo. We're gearing up for the State of the Union speech, which doesn't happen until tomorrow evening. So I wonder if the news cycle will still be at a somewhat halt tomorrow throughout the day. It kind of makes me wish that I did morning videos and was looking at things that happened over the weekend. The one thing that did happen that I don't care to talk about just because I'm simply not interested in the thing is the Grammy Awards. And there's plenty of coverage on that on the YouTube sphere if you care to go find some sources that would talk about those things. It was the same old, tired, the entertainment industry has a show where they give themselves awards for being so great. I mean, unless I'm mistaken, regular people, quote unquote, don't have anything to do, don't have any say in who gets what awards in those categories, in those scenarios. So, excuse me if I don't think that the award ceremonies are of much substance or if they really do have all that much bearing on what people find entertaining. There was also, because it's the entertainment industry gathering together to give themselves awards, they were also bashing Trump, bashing the right wing, bashing America First, etc., etc. It's the same tired old cliches that have played themselves out, especially in recent years, and I'm just not interested in talking about it. So instead, we're going to talk about the news items that are brewing today, that are brewing to their culmination later this week. The first of those is, of course, we're still talking about the FISA memo. Apparently, the House panel, the last one that has the say on whether or not to release the memo before it goes to the limbo state where the White House has 5 days to say whether or not they want it released. They're planning on voting on that memo sometime today. As you can see, this column was written 7 hours ago, and as of my checking up on Fox News, they hadn't posted anything that said whether or not the vote had taken place. So I would expect that would come later this evening or perhaps even tomorrow. As slowed down as it seems to me like the news has gotten, it will perhaps not even happen until after the State of the Union speech. We will see. I would certainly hope that the memo would be released. In this video, I believe, Trey Gowdy is being interviewed by old Chris Wallace over at Fox News. Let's see. I've heard the sound bites, but let's see if they have any quotes from him. Okay, here we go. If you want to know whether or not the dossier was used in court proceedings, whether or not it was vetted before it was used, if you're interested in who paid for the dossier, then yes, you'll want the memo to come out. Now that seems like a way to both tell and not tell the contents of the memo. It would appear that Trey Gowdy has just said that this memo details whether or not the dossier was used in court proceedings, whether or not it was vetted, and who exactly, precisely paid for the dossier. This seems to somewhat be a teaser for what's in the memo. Still, I'm still expecting it to come out. It seems that the powers that do hold control in the government right now, which would be the Republicans and President Trump, all want the memo to be released. There are certainly a lot of people in the United States of America that want the memo to be released. So I would expect that to be the case eventually. Now, there's another story that's brewing on the news cycle, and the link to this column came with the line from Drudge Report, 2020 vision, Michelle Obama to appear on Ellen DeGeneres show. This is Michelle coming out of the shadows. She's been silent pretty much since she left office back in early 2017, and she will be making this appearance on the Ellen show for the host's birthday. I think it's her 60th or 70th birthday, I'm not sure. And that's got, Matt Drudge at least speculating on whether or not Michelle plans to launch some kind of presidential campaign. That certainly would tick all the intersectional boxes. Hillary Clinton just wasn't oppressed enough to get to be president. It will take someone like Michelle Obama, a person that came from, not the same background as Oprah Winfrey, a person that's not in the celebrity class, a person that can be pitched as, Hillary Clinton, but better, and she's better because she's black. That's the way the pitch will be. Vote for me because I'm a woman, vote for me because I'm black. If that were to happen. I personally don't think that this is going to be, that the next step for Michelle Obama is the White House. If she were to follow in Hillary Clinton's footsteps, that would certainly not be the case. But I suppose nothing's impossible in the current realm of politics. Something that's not really brewing but has already happened, though, is apparently NYU students have already decided how they feel about the President's State of the Union address. Apparently they hate it, and this video was recorded a week ago, I believe. This is from Campus Reform. I've heard bits and pieces of it. And according to their column here, Campus Reform headed to New York University to ask students their opinions of President Trump's State of the Union. The only problem was that the speech would not take place for another 7 days. And if you go and watch this video, you'll hear students talking about, it's the same tired cliches. This speech demonstrates that Trump is a racist. This speech demonstrates that he's off his rocker. It demonstrates that he needs to be impeached. Blah, 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 blah. They haven't heard the speech, so they're lying about it. The speech hasn't happened, so there's no way they could have heard the speech. And they're not in Trump's inner circle, so there's no way they could have read a draft of the speech. They're just recycling the things that they've heard in the news, these students at NYU, just regurgitating these lines about how racist Trump is. No matter what Trump does, he's racist. No matter what Trump does, he's xenophobic, he's homophobic, he's xenophobic, Islamophobic, all of the tired old cliches. Now, that's all the comments that I have at this time. I hope that tomorrow will bring some more news on each of these items, maybe not necessarily the Michelle Obama thing. I expect that that's not going to be news when she appears on the Ellen show. But hopefully we'll get some more news on the FISA memo. Hopefully, I expect that I'll be watching Trump's State of the Union address. I might even do some kind of video, first reactions right after the fact. But you probably won't be seeing that video till Wednesday. So hang in there. Make sure that you hit subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so that you don't miss that video and every upcoming video, because I'm uploading every weekday, so far with only a couple of failures. But I hope that you'll come back and join me in the future. Until next time, good night and God bless.